So, Senator, first of all, is there a feeling of relief?
I do feel a sense of relief. This has been a difficult decision. It's one that I have been thinking about for some time now, and I'm glad that I've reached the decision. I feel it was the right decision, and I'm at peace with it.
You said during a press conference that you just made up your mind on Wednesday. So when you walked up to the podium this morning, were you nervous at all about announcing this?
The only part that made me a little bit nervous was that I knew everybody was waiting for the announcement, and yet I really wanted to give a substantive speech on healthcare to explain my vote and to knock down some false claims about the bill. And so I was wondering whether people would be attentive, which they were. They were very kind throughout the whole thing.
And a standing ovation.
Which was really heartening. And it reinforced the decision that I made. When I saw everybody in the room jump up, they literally jumped up out of their seats and began to applaud. That felt wonderful.
So, realistically, was there a point, were you really tempted ever to grab the ring and run for governor? Or was it always, well, I don't know?
I was tempted because I think governor is so much more of a hands-on job, and that appeals to my personality. I like to get things done. And with governor, you have more opportunity to directly affect an event.
And there's part of you would like to be in there making that budget, making those decisions, getting things done? You'd like to do that?
Sure. And it's more trying to attract businesses to Maine and trying to encourage the entrepreneurs that we have and to figure out how we could expand opportunities in the northern two-thirds of the state.
But you made your decision because you gave a list of all of these national and international issues of which you're part in Washington, and clearly you feel passionately about those as well as about how you think the Senate should work.
I do feel passionately about the issues that are before us in Washington right now. They are so consequential. They are huge issues. Whether it's rewriting the tax code for the first time since 1986, or figuring out how we avoid a catastrophe with North Korea, the issues confronting us and on our plate right now are so important to our country's future, and I want to be a part of that.
You mentioned a line in your speech about partisanship shouldn't be a pre-existing condition in the healthcare debate, and probably that extends to other issues too. Is there any hope, realistically, of smoothing things out in the Senate?
I think there is. Now that we've gotten past the attempts to completely repeal the Affordable Care Act, people are starting to come together, concede that there are some significant flaws in the law that need to be fixed. Prior to the Republican leadership bringing forth its bills, the Democrats were not willing to engage at all. After the bills went down, because they would have made matters worse in some cases, then the Democrats reached out to people like me and said, we're now willing to sit down and work. And that's when the Health Committee started having the hearings. Lamar Alexander, Republican chairman, started working with Patty Murray, the Democrat.
So will you go back and you'll continue, you believe, be a major player in all of these?
I do. I work very hard. I know these issues. I now have significant seniority, and that makes a real difference in Washington. I realized I gave a rather long list of issues where I've been able to help the state of Maine, but frankly, the risk of seeming immodest, that was an incomplete list. And I know that I continue to make a difference for our state and for our country.
decisions made. This was your chance to run for governor. Will there be any regrets?
I don't think so. I thought so long and hard about this. I can understand why you would ask that question, but I'm truly at peace with my decision.
Thanks, Senator. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Don.